AI isn't here to take over the world, just to take over the boring stuff so you can focus on what really matters. Hi, we're CanTech AI, Manitoba's own AI agency, and we specialize in making AI work for you, not against you. With years of experience in software development and business integration, we know how to blend AI into your daily operations without making it feel like you're talking to a robot from a bad sci-fi movie. Here's the deal, we get it, AI can seem overwhelming. That's why we don't just hand you a system and disappear into the digital void. We'll walk you through it step by step, in plain English and maybe with a joke or two along the way. Our goal is to make AI feel less like a mystery and more like a helpful, hardworking teammate, one that doesn't take coffee breaks. And because we believe in showing, not just telling, we offer a free MVP, meaning a minimum viable product, to all new clients. Restrictions apply, because while we love free stuff, our hosting providers don't. But beyond that, we'll get you up and running with zero risk to see exactly how AI can improve your business. So whether you're a small trade company, a service provider, or just AI curious, we're here to help. Let's build something smart, efficient, and totally non-threatening together.
Welcome to the demo. I've created this chatbot for some friends of mine that have an insurance company located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Bell Insurance. I would recommend that if you are from Manitoba and you want any insurance, that you would contact Bell Insurance. And I'm not sponsored for this, they're just good friends and offer fantastic service. So moving on, the chatbot is designed to actually respond to any questions that you would have about Bell Insurance, generic insurance questions overall, and it'll also help you to create legal documents that are required for when you're dealing with insurance companies. For instance, if you are buying a vehicle, you need a bill of sale. If you're transferring ownership, you need a TOD. If you want to get a tax refund, you need a tax refund paper. So what I'm going to demonstrate here is just how this specific agent will help people come into Bell's website to get information they want in case that Bell Insurance is closed or it's after hours, but they need some support. So let's just start off with a simple question where we say, let's say, okay, I have a sewer backup problem, and I want to know what I'm going to do. So I'm going to ask for help. So it sounds like it's a serious problem. So like it's giving me some good information there, but I'd like to know on how to deal with this because it's an emergency. So I'm going to say, what do I do? It's an emergency. Can't spell. Emergency. And it should go into the Bell data store and retrieve some more information regarding to this. So it does a really good job at helping people to resolve issues like this when no one else is available. And I could also even ask, okay, let's just ask, who would I call? Would call for after hours service. And it'll use the knowledge base here in order to give them some direction on how to get service after the point. So it shows them that the phone number for Bell. It also talks about priority restoration with a phone number who can help them 24/7. So that kind of like deals with some of the insurance questions that this specific agent can help them with. So let's move on to where I want to be able to sell a vehicle for an example to get the proper legal documents for that. So I'm going to say, okay, tell Barkley, a good guy out at Bell Insurance there, that I sold my Tesla and need a bill of sale PDF. So now we're actually going to try and see, it's going to try to find some information for me. It's having trouble. I'm just going to say, okay, I need a bill of sale. just to give it some more information on how it could help me. So now it's going to go in and query the API, and people who don't know what an API is it's a call to another agent where it says, how can you help me with this? So right now it's saying that we have some bill of sales available, a letter of gift, an RSD refund. But for this example, I'm just going to say that I want to get bill of sale. So the first thing with any bill of sale on vehicle, you need the VIN number. So we're going to put in the VIN for my Tesla here, and it's going to do another API call to retrieve and decode that VIN number. Now, the nice thing about this is if the VIN number isn't properly entered for the bill of sale, it'll tell them, hey, there's a problem. This VIN number isn't any good. It also saves the user a lot of information by retrieving the Tesla model number, year, type, and there is lots more information, but on a MPI bill of sale, this is all that it needs. So that's all that I'm providing. For those other AI agencies out there, if they want to provide more information, you can just look into the API documentation and it'll give you a lot more information. So now that it's decoded the VIN, it needs to know who the seller is. So I am the seller. So I'm going to say myself, of course. So now it's going to ask me for my address. So I'm just going to give an address in here. And we'll say it's in Winnipeg, MD. Now I'm purposely going to leave out the postal code to show you what will happen. Because part of the requirements is that it needs a postal code, it automatically detects there's no postal code and will ask for a postal code. So let's just enter a postal code. And now it should have that complete address. So it should move on to the next mandatory field that's defined for that specific document to be legal. So now it wants to know, because this is a requirement for selling vehicles, is how much kilometers are on the vehicle. Well, I happen to know that I have 118,000 on it. So we'll enter that in there. Okay, now it needs to know who the buyer is. So I'm going to sell it to, let's say, my daughter. She can afford it. She's just finishing up university to be a vet. Obviously, she has her student loans to deal with, but I've helped her with that, so whatever. So we're going to sell it to her. Summarizing. No, we're not finished though. No, you need buyer's address. So we're going to say 23 side bottom, and we'll say that's in Winnipeg again. And R4H1A4. I'm going to say yes. What's the price of the vehicle? Well, she's got lots of money. Let's try and rip her off. Thank you for the sale. Now it's going to need an email address to send it to. So now I provided the email address. Now it needs to know the date, obviously. So I'm going to say it's May the 12th, 2025. And now it says, thank you for the date. Now we specify the items being sold for bill of sale. This will help everything be accurate. No, that's enough. Okay, so now I can continue asking other insurance information. So let's say I want to know something else. Like, okay, let's say, do you sell house insurance. And then it's going to say with what I want to quote and stuff, and because they obviously offer that insurance. So that gives you the overall view of what this specific AI agent that they'll be able to put on their website if they choose to. So let's go take a look at this email that was created. So first I'm going to have to open up that email. So let's get that one opened up. And here's the email that was generated. We'll open her up. And there it is with my address, sold to Samantha Fontaine at that for $50,000. Then it has instructions on the bill of sale. This is provided by MPI, which is Manitoba's government insurance company for vehicles. And it gives them a checklist so that they can fill out all the information, including sales tax, which in Manitoba we call RST instead of HST, like the Ontario province, for an example. So I hope that gives you a good idea on how this specific AI agent can help insurance companies like Bell Insurance. So keep in touch, like and subscribe, and have a great day.
65 years and counting strong, keeping families safe where they belong. Built on trust, we've grown so tall. Bell Insurance stands for it all.